Hey, this is the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today, streaming across a multiplicity of platforms. Welcome to a brand new day. It is Monday, May 12th. You could be listening to this on the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, whatever day you're listening to it. It doesn't really matter because you're here today, and that is a good thing. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. We got a lot in store for you today. We're going to talk about there was a third outage that hit Newark Airport, but everything we cover today is all through the lens of what does this mean for your business. Talking about travel preparation and more. I use Vibe coding and AI to run my Etsy and Shopify stores. It's helped me double my revenue. Business Insider touches on that. We're going to talk about the aspect of weekly goals that actually get done. How do you set weekly goals and not just set goals, but set goals that get done, Stacy? We're going to touch on that. AI cheating is upending higher education and more. I talked about this with some parents yesterday, but the key here we're going to talk about is what does it mean for our business, not just AI cheating, but how we can use AI more in our businesses. And I'm going to continue to beat this drum more and more. Walgreens is doubling down on prescriptions, filling robots to cut cost and free up pharmacists amid a turnaround. Now, it's interesting. Robotics is not saving everybody everything. Starbucks had robots for baristas, and Starbucks is going back to not using robots so much. We're going to touch on that. What does that mean for your business? And Meta, otherwise known as Facebook to most of us, is targeting hundreds of millions of businesses and agentic AI deployment. That's pretty big news, but we're going to hear more and more about this. And I'm continuing to do a refurbishment of zoneofgenius.com. Hey, Iana of the Musical Web. Glad you're here today. So we're going to touch on that as well and more on the Rundown with Ramon. I'll be back in about 30 seconds or so as we get ready to start a brand new episode. Glad you're here today. All right, everybody, we are back again. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books. Don't miss out. If you're liking this material, you definitely want to check me out at zoneofgenius.com. Sign up and subscribe because a lot of this content, a lot of this insight we send out by email newsletter. Stacy, thank you so much for that, Stacy. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me know that you heard that okay. We send this out on a weekly email newsletter called the Zone of Genius email newsletter. And so definitely, if you're not getting that, you definitely want to sign up for it to make sure that we can help your life and help your business via email. So definitely check us out at zoneofgenius.com. Let's check out the first nugget of the day. Ding, 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 ding. A third outage hit Newark Airport. The news of the day says Federal Aviation Administration and U.S. Airlines will meet this week to discuss reducing flight capacity, at Newark Liberty International Airport. That's my airport. Following a third equipment outage early Sunday, the telecommunications issue stemming from the FAA's Philadelphia facility led to numerous flight delays and cancellations. This is the third breakdown to occur in recent weeks due to equipment failures and severe air traffic controller shortages. Meanwhile, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy laid out new plans to boost air traffic controller hiring on NBC's Meet the Press. Of course, that's not going to be a solution that's going to happen like next week or anytime soon, but the nugget for us small business owners, Alexandria Nicole, Julie Riga is here. The nugget for us is what? The nugget for us is what? And I always bring back the news of the day and more, of course, to what that means to us. We cannot solve the issues at Newark International Airport. We can't solve the issue at any airport at all. It's not for us to solve. We can't solve it. It's way too big for us. But since we know it may happen, we can always be prepared. And that, I think, is the nugget. That's the lesson learned of the day today. We can't solve for it, but we can sure be prepared for it, Stacy. We can be prepared for it, Alexandria. We can be prepared for it, Julie. We can be prepared for it, Iana. And so what am I doing? I have a flight out on Wednesday. My nephew graduates from the fire department of New York City. So I'm going to see him in Brooklyn. And then I'm going to take an Uber, head to the airport lane, good afternoon, good morning. Glad you're here today. And I'm going to head to the airport. I hope the flight's not delayed, but if it is, what can I do now? This is a different type of flight. It's a business trip I'm going on, but the urgency level is not like priority level 10. Now, when I'm going for a speaking engagement, I'm hosting an event, I'm there a day early, hours early, in fact. If I have to speak on a Wednesday morning, I'm usually arriving there Tuesday morning or something like that to make sure that I get there. So I'm doing everything I can to mitigate anything going wrong, and I try my best to never take the latest flight of the day, so there's always a chance I can get the next flight. You have the same opportunities. Yvette is saying yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Yvette, for being here in the Rundown with Ramon. Always be prepared. Always be prepared. We can't affect, we can't impact, we have no say in what happened at Newark Airport. Our elected officials, Sean Duffy, Treasury, Transportation Secretary, and others are doing what they can to deal with that. But we can still be prepared, as Yvette says. We can only control what we can control. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Thanks for joining me here just about every single morning, bringing you the top news of the day that impact your business, impact your life. Definitely don't miss out. Go to zoneofgenius.com. Make sure you're signed up to our email newsletter so you don't miss out on any episode of the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Business Insider says this. Glad to have you here, Pat Russell. Glad you're here today. Business Insider says this has headline, I use vibe coding and AI to run my Etsy and Shopify store. It's helped me more than double my revenue in a year. Yesterday at a Mother's Day celebration at a friend's house, one of my friends was there. His name was Freddie, an older gentleman, maybe pushing 60, 70 years old. He heard, of course, AI and knows it's transformational, but he's never really used it. He doesn't really understand it. And so I took my phone out and went to Chat GPT. Hey, Savvy, glad you're here. Went to Chat GPT right there in the living room. And I said the following prompt: create a poem for my friend Freddie. He's a fisherman and likes to fish. I want you to honor his Jewish heritage. And he's a Christian as well. And he's a dad. And I put some prompts in about him, right? Eclectic background he has. And it made a beautiful poem. It seemed like my friend Freddie was almost tearing up at the poem, but he was also like, Ramon, wow, this is from Chat GPT, AI. So I know most of you are in a bubble, as I am in a bubble as well, and most of you understand this, but this thing of vibe coding and how you can use the power of AI to grow all aspects of your business. Let's say you have an Etsy store, Savvy. Let's say you have a Shopify store, Pat. You cannot just do prompts in AI for content and social media, but you can also use this thing of vibe coding, putting in just plain word prompts and say, I have a Shopify store, but I want to make the button on the right blink 10 times as a customer buys and do balloons that say celebrate. You can put that into AI. It will make a code that's specific. I believe that's how it works. I believe for the Shopify store that you can add in a little line of code and make it do more than you normally could. Everybody, AI is the bomb. It's bigger than the fax machine. And I wouldn't say it's bigger than the computer revolution, because we would not have an AI if it wasn't for the computers that Bill Gates and Microsoft and others ushered in. If it wasn't for the HTML of Mosaic and all that era, we wouldn't have AI. So everything is built on everything. But in this season, if you're not seeing not just how you can go and do a cool prompt, but how you can maximize everything you can in AI, you are going to miss out. Joyce, glad you're here today on the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. And going back to this article from Business Insider, it says Teresa started selling stickers on Facebook Marketplace in 2020 after she was laid off. She was an early adopter of AI and now uses Chat GPT for tasks like copywriting and coding. Watcher, her last name is, I guess here, Teresa Watcher, had basic coding skills, but says vibe coding with AI improved her store and boosted sales. This is just one of many examples, and I know most of you know this, but I want to push you, Joyce. I want to push you, Yvette, to do more. Leverage it what you can. I'm using AI, probably replacing or supplementing one or two of my team members. And are people scared it's going to take my job and take my job? Yeah, maybe it will. But as entrepreneurs, as business owners, leverage it to maximize the profitability in your business. Again, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. Glad you're here today. Don't forget, don't miss out. Check out zoneofgenius.com. Don't forget to sign up for our email newsletter. We don't want you to miss out on anything we have for you. Moving forward, ding, 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 how to set weekly goals that actually get done. This is a topic we covered on the Rundown with Ramon. Sundays, we tend to put things out that are related to the week ahead. And just a few things I want to remind you of. Weekly goals matter because they help us stay focused without feeling overwhelmed, without us feeling burned. Unlike vague long-term goals, what am I going to do next year? What am I going to do in 5 years? Weekly goals, weekly targets give you immediate milestones. What do I need to do today? So number one, we write this on zoneofgenius.com. Just go there. You can see the article. Start with a brain dump. What are the tasks you need to complete, Joyce? What are the ideas you want to explore, Savvy? What are the problems you need to explore, Alexandria? That's where you want to start. And then you can use the Zone of Genius approach, zoneofgenius.com, obviously. Identify which tasks align with your zone of genius. Prioritize these tasks and delegate or minimize work outside of your zone of genius. Things that are not perfect or best or centered around what you do and what you do well, you should delegate those out. I love building the content at zoneofgenius.com. I love doing my daily Rundown with Ramon show. Anything that doesn't fit with that, I can delegate out and source out. Choose 3 main goals that you want to do. Be specific. What exactly do you want to achieve? Measurable. How will you know you succeeded? And be realistic. Can you actually complete this goal this week? Next thing you want to do, and again, we touched on this in zoneofgenius.com. You don't want to miss out. Sign up, sign up. Big goals can be very intimidating, but make them manageable. I encourage you, break each goal down into smaller tasks. Assign a deadline to each task and prioritize the most critical tasks first. This is how you move forward. This is how you get progress, Yvette. This is how you get things done. Emma Stone, glad you're here today, my London friend from the Rundown with Ramon. And then track your progress daily. Did you get done what you set out to do? Maybe make small rewards for yourself. I do that. Treat yourself to a coffee or take an hour off for a hobby or share your success with a mentor or with the community. Now, here's the thing here. There's 4 goal setting mistakes that I want you to avoid. 4 goal setting mistakes to avoid. 1, setting too many goals. Number 2, being too vague. Number 3, ignoring your zone of genius. And number 4, skipping your review. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon, bringing you the daily insights you need to start or grow your business. Glad you're here today. Emma Stone says this: as someone with ADHD, I get overwhelmed really easily, so my weekly goals would need to be really small so I achieve them. 100%. Me too. Absolutely. Don't take off more than you can chew. Take off what you can at that time. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. AI cheating is upending higher education. We know this, says the news report here on LinkedIn. College students cheating on assignments is nothing new, nor is the anxiety about the ways artificial intelligence will make it easier than ever to do so. But according to New York Magazine, it's quickly reaching a crisis point, with some professors admitting they'd rather quit teaching than spend hours looking for ChatGPT fingerprints on their students' essays. Others worry about the long-term impact. Students are going to emerge from the university with degrees and into the workplace who are essentially illiterate. And I do agree with that. What can we do about it? I was talking to a group of parents just yesterday. We were talking about that with their own children. It's just now, for those in the blue collar work, your skilled work and learning car repair and painting and plumbing and all these kind of things. You have to learn that. And that, thank God, is a sector that you can't cheat your way through. You can't get your way through. You got to know the work. People will quickly see it. Our nurses and doctors, people will quickly see that you can't do what you're supposed to do. Other things like that. Being a firefighter, my nephew graduated from the fire department, New York City Fire Academy. He graduates on Wednesday, but he's got the qualifications, and he'll be a probie in the coming months. But for us white collar workers, professional workers, somebody applying for a job at Merrill Lynch, applying for the regular, taking tests and things like this, it's hard to know what's what. But here's the saving thing I have, and I think the only thing it's going to do is ask people multiple times about their expertise. If somebody comes to me and says, hey, Emma Stone says, I'm an ADHD expert. Anybody can chat GPT, all the things that Emma knows, all of it. But how I know it's in her heart, how do I know she can really do it? I have a discussion with her and ask her questions. That's how you can find that I know. Because that you can't cheat your way through. There's no chat GPT to help you through that. That you can't know. So that is what we're going to have to do. And I encourage you, what you're going to have to do to your children, with your children, encourage them to have discussions with you. Encourage them to have discussions with you. Again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Alexandria Nicole. Love your shares always. One small pivot that helped my productivity exponentially was mapping out my week on Sunday evenings. Yes, that's what I do. I don't do it on Mondays. Sunday evenings is when I look at my calendar ahead. It took me from feeling behind the curve to dominating. Ooh, come on, Alexandria. I love that word, to dominating each week. So Sundays are now time with God, family, and then planning. I love this. Welcome, Little Brown Squirrel. Glad you're here. Glad you're here on the Rundown with Ramon on Instagram. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. This is how we dominate, people. This is how we dominate. As Alexandria Nicole says, we don't have to let our calendars dominate us. We can learn to dominate our week ahead. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Walgreens doubles down on prescription filing robots to cut costs, free up pharmacists, and amid the turnaround. Now, this is focused on Walgreens, sure. And I'm glad they're using robots, and you're going to see this more and more. But it's interesting. I want you to be careful what you automate and how you automate. Starbucks had robots and tried to automate their barista filling coffees, and they realized they needed a balance. They needed the human elements because a full-on robot wasn't giving them the customer experience that they wanted. So you have to decide what you're going to automate, what you'll robotize, and what you will not. Everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of the Rundown with Ramon. And again, I know Walgreens is this billion-dollar brand, but these are the headlines. We see billion-dollar branded companies doing things like that. So hence, that's why I share it, because it gives us a roadmap. Here's an interesting news item. Note this. Ding, 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 ding. Meta is targeting hundreds of millions of businesses in agentic AI deployment. This caught my eye. What does this mean? Here's a key point from CNBC. Meta's head of business AI, Clara Shih, tells CNBC's Julia Borstein that she expects AI to transform every job and every business, that we know, including the hundreds of small businesses that use WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook to connect with customers. This is interesting. Meta is infusing AI into every part of the Meta experience. That's WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook, and probably more. What does this mean for you? I dare say it's small changes you may not even know or expect, but that will make your business, that will make your life easier. These innovations are occurring rapidly, not just daily. It's evolving multiple times a day, says Clara Shih, head of business AI at Meta. Its LLM Llama, available to developers around the world, has been downloaded over 800 million times. The AI agents, listen to this, won't just be responding to prompts. They will be capable of new levels of reasoning and action. Yes, that may freak out some people, but for us in business, it's a game changer. Because it's not so much what you can prompt directly in the AI services that we know, Chat GPT and Claude and Perplexity and the other ones out there, but it's what the brands that we already use their products, like Meta, like Zoho, like QuickBooks, like Salesforce, the platforms they use, even Etsy and other platforms like that, how they're infusing and adding AI into their platforms that we don't even notice, but it's going to make our world better and better and better. This is the key. This is the key. This is the key. So this agentic use, a word we never used 6 months ago, a year ago, I didn't even know what it meant. But using agents to power our life, it's not just prompts, it's beyond the prompts, is going to be amazing. This is not something to run from. This is something that you want to embrace. Again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. I want to share something with you that I've been going through the past few days. I've been slowly and surely redoing zoneofgenius.com, and I'm seeing something happening. As I've been redoing zoneofgenius.com, redoing the footprint of the whole entire site, I've realized the traffic has been going up. And I don't know if the traffic is going up because I'm adding more content. I don't know if the traffic is going up because the headlines are better. I don't know if the traffic is going up because we're adding more content, because it's more relevant. I don't know. Maybe that's it too. But I wonder, is the design also a reason why the traffic is going up? I find out on the sites I'm at, part of the time, I just want to see the headline of the day. Just see the headline. It's not even clicking in further and going into it. It's just to see the headline. So my question is, I wonder, maybe zoneofgenius.com is turning out to be a destination site where people just want to see a quick headline to see what's happening. Lane Simmons, thank you for that. LaShawn, good morning. Good to have you here in the Rundown with Ramon. So I wonder, sometimes you think you're building something, but this is why it's very important to have your ear to the ground to really understand what's happening in business, to really understand what's happening, how your customers want to use your tools and services. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. We're going to wrap up here in a bit. We'll be right back in about 10 seconds. Hang tight. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Rundown with Ramon. Listen, that was an amazing show. Glad you're here today, and always let me know if you have a question for me. If you have a question for me, you want me to answer it on the air, I may even give some prizes. Simply email me, ramon@ramonray.com, ramon@ramonray.com. Even better, ramon@zoneofgenius.com. Email me a question. Let me know it's for the Rundown with Ramon. And if I answer your question on air, you may just get a prize. You may not, but you may. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon again. If I can help you, if you're having an event and you want the best event MC in the world, hit me up. You want an amazing keynote speaker, hit me up. And most importantly, don't miss out on zoneofgenius.com. Make sure you go there and sign up today. Don't miss out. We got content coming out about 2 or 3 times a day for you. Don't miss out. No, we don't send you an email newsletter 2 or 3 times a day, but the site is refreshed and updated several times a day, giving you the curated news that us micro businesses, small businesses, solo entrepreneurs need to live your life and have a better day. Again, I'm glad you're here. This is a brand new episode, brand new edition. Jennifer is here. Jen Bennett. Jen, you are a bright light in my day. So glad got to meet you and hang with you in social media marketing world. I'll never forget that. And I can't wait to keep soaring with you. LaShawn, thanks for being here. Lane, thanks for being here. Alexandria, Nicole, OG, glad you're here. Emma Stone, thanks for being in my world. Yvette, glad you're here. Julie Riga's here. Alexandria, Nicole, I shouted you out already. And of course, Iana, the musical web, here on the Rundown with Ramon. Be blessed and have an amazing day, everybody. Don't forget, send me a question by email, ramon@ramonray.com. Just email me, ramon@ramonray.com or ramon@zoneofgenius.com, whichever one you like, as we get ready to shut down this episode of The Rundown with Ramon. Be blessed. Thanks for being here. And with that, it's time to have some outgoing music. I like speaking over the music, but it's my understanding when I do that, the music clips my voice a bit. So people told me, Ramon, just be quiet when the music is playing so that your voice is not clipped. Be blessed and be well, and I'll see you on the next edition of The Rundown with Ramon. Take care.